If you clicked on this video, you're either considering buying one or you already bought one and wondering if you made the right decision. I spent 2 months with it and I'll share my findings with you. Stay tuned. This is the second generation of what Sony intended to be for vloggers. Hence why you see the effort on trying to build a better onboard microphone and a side flipping screen. What sets this apart is the ability to change lenses with the lens mount that's compatible with most high-end cameras from Sony, that being the E-mount. This one change elevates this camera to a whole new level. Lenses on a camera are probably the most important part on a camera in my opinion. So what does that mean to you? Well, it means you can pick and choose what you want to use the camera for and pick a suitable lens accordingly. You want to use it for wildlife? No problem, pick a zoom lens. You want to use it for vlogging? No problem, pick a wide angle lens. You want to use it for bokeh? No problem, sell your car and get a G Master lens from Sony. Bottom line is, you are no longer restricted to a fixed lens and you can adjust the camera to suit your needs. Personally, I picked the Sigma 16mm f1.4 because I like to shoot in low light situations and I don't want to spend a ton of money on lighting equipments. I also picked the Tamron 18 to 300mm zoom lens to film birds and planes from time to time while still being able to use the lens for everyday shooting. Prior to using the ZV-E10, I either filmed with my phone or a point and shoot from Sony. Upon switching to the ZV-E10, I didn't notice a huge difference in quality. However, it's when I had to film with my phone is when I really started noticing the difference. And I think that's why people get addicted to cameras. Because once you get used to the quality of an APS-C or a full frame camera, it becomes difficult to go back to the phone camera quality. A lot of the bokeh and low light improvements that phones has nowadays is due to the computing power most modern smartphone has, enabling them to quickly process and enhance the photos upon taking them. This becomes obvious once you start using a capable camera, making the photos you take on a smartphone seem artificial, almost like a fake plant. It looks good, but there's no life to it. Heck, you can even remove people and objects from photos after taking them. So who is it for? Well, in my opinion, there are 4 categories. 1. It's for someone who wants to take their photography seriously without breaking the bank, with a starting price of about $700 US. It's a huge value for money. It's also for someone who wants to improve the quality of their videos, whether it's their YouTube videos or personal videos. Notice how I said videos and not photos. And the reason is, if you want to use it for Instagram, for example, there isn't a huge improvement versus your current smartphone camera. Instagram and other similar platforms tends to crop and resize your photos and sometimes even process them, since most people use their phones in an attempt to help them post better photos. So you won't gain much in my opinion if you plan to use it only for still photos. It's also for what Sony intended for it to be, which is vlogging. Just make sure you pick a lens with a wide angle and a good OSS, which stands for optically stable shots or image stabilization. It's for streamers, and this is a big one because you're now able to stream directly from your camera using the provided USB-C cable, eliminating the need for a capture card and with almost zero lag. This immediately saves you a few $100s because now you cut down on the number of devices you need to stream. It's easy to set up and it's absolutely stunning in my opinion. I say this despite having 2 Logitech Brio 4K webcams. The Sony puts them to shame. The image quality is worlds apart, especially when you pair it with the right lens. In my case, it's the Sigma f1.4, which allows in a ton of light, making the video quality absolutely stunning, even in dim light situations. So what's the verdict? Well, despite some minor issues like rolling shutter which I haven't experienced simply because I don't shoot any fast moving objects, and the lack of touchscreen. I think this is an amazing camera for the money and an absolute steal. Sony could have easily priced it at $1,000, but instead priced it at $800 USD or $700 USD with body only. Now, if you did not understand what I just said, Sony offers to sell you the camera alone for $700, or a camera and what most people refer to as a kit lens for $800 US. The problem with kit lens is it's trying to be a jack of all trades, but it's truly a master of none. So save your $100 and think of scenarios you will be using the camera for and buy a lens accordingly. If you film in low light situations, get a Sigma, best value for money at about $400. It also does bokeh extremely well. If you want some zoom, get a Tamron for about $600. It gives you the ability to shoot close-up subjects as well as zoom capability. I truly enjoyed my time with it, and it's starting to give me a photographer's perspective on things, which I really like. So this has been it. Let me know if I miss anything, and if you stuck this long, thank you so much for watching.